Tim Murphy here with Drift Sessions. I'm at Klutch Kickers Round 3 in the pits, and I got Sara Haro here. Sarah, tell everybody where you're from.
I'm from Tampa, Florida. I grew up over in Sweden, though, so I've lived there since 2016 now, in Tampa, that is. But yeah, I grew up over in Sweden, started doing truck driving over here, liked drifting, unintentionally got into drifting over there, playing with Volvos in the snow, basically. So over here I got to try a Z out, and then I started drifting the Mustang, which is a 3.7 liter V6 Mustang, and she's on silvers coilovers for suspension and stuff. I'm okay. Okay. So it all started with Hyperdrive on Netflix, actually. She was my daily prior to that, and they required me to own the car and have a cage in it, so that's all I had. I put a cage in it, and then went on from after Hyperdrive. Since she had a cage, I wanted to do drifting, and I couldn't afford getting another car, so started drift it. And yeah.
So you started in a 350Z, you said, and now you went over to the Mustang. How was that transition?
I mean, I drifted 350Z probably 5 times, and then I had a gap of 4 months, and then Hyperdrive happened, so it wasn't a lot. However, 350Zs are a really good chassis to start in. It basically drifts itself. You just got to put some coilovers on it and weld that diff and start out from that.
Now, is there anything more specific about the car as far as performance that you've done to this? You said it's a V6, I believe, correct?
Yeah, no, it's a 3.7 liter V6 Mustang. I have put headers on it and exhaust and intake, and then I have a tune for 93. So that's the fuel that goes in it. And other than that's the performance part. Other than that, body and stuff, silvers, coilovers. I have drift knuckles angle kit on there, some wheels, welded the diff, switched it to 355 gears in the back, which increases the wheel speed for it. And I have a dual caliper hydro now, thanks to Reckless Racing. Helped me out with that. Switched out the clutch, and yeah, just maintenance stuff basically.
Nice. Okay, so I'm starting to see more Mustangs. Any big plans for power change, or you plan to keep that V8? Because I'm sure you get a lot of flack for keeping the V6,
yeah,
right?
Everyone keeps telling me to get a V8, and I just can't. It's part of the car. A lot of the V6 Mustang community really appreciates that I haven't switched it out. However, if it does blow, I can't promise I'm not going to put a V8 in it. However, if I were to increase power on it as it is right now, I'd probably supercharge it, because I've never drifted anything with a turbo, which requires you to keep the spool up and everything. Supercharger will give you that instant power and consistent power throughout.
So you had some snow experience, which is snow drifting is a phenomenal way to start learning. So that's pretty cool. What other advice can you give somebody that sees you, especially girls out there seeing you and say, hey, she's doing it, I want to do it too? What advice would you give them?
I would tell them to go out, anyone that wants to get into drifting, I'd tell them get a rear-wheel drive car and just go play with it. If there's an empty parking lot, industrial area, no freaking takeovers, please. Like, don't do it. It's stupid. But I would just get some seat time, go out to a learner's day at a track where they can instruct you, start you out with some donuts, then figure eights, figure out how the car works when you do different inputs. Just get out there and do it, because nothing's impossible. Everyone told me, you can't drift a V6 Mustang, you need a V8, you can't do this, you should get something else. I was like, well, I can't get something else, so I'm going to try. And just keep pushing from there.
Good. You went some of those sponsors as you were talking about the car, but let's go in depth. Give us a full list of sponsors if you could.
Yeah, no, I have High Standards 4x4 that provides me my tires and helps me with my truck and stuff like that. Flowmaster is the intake. Hooker Blackheart is the headers and exhaust. Swivel Mount has the little swivel for your GoPros and stuff. Redline Design did the whole wrap on it. I have Silver's coilovers on the car, and they're local of Florida. I try to keep everything local, so when I'm out of state, I'm still representing Florida in a way. Auto Mafia Racing does my tunes and all that. I have some other names on there that's been people that's helped me out and just taking their time when I needed it. Like Emerald Coast Motorsports, my rear end didn't work out when I switched gears, so they helped me put a whole new rear end in the car a day before the last round. So stuff like that, yeah.
Well, I have a question though, personal question. What the livery? What was behind? The reason behind that? What made you just? I mean, I love it. Right? But what was the thought process like? What made you want to go with that?
Well, the car was gifted to me by my dad, and growing up over in Sweden, I'd visit him during summer break, and we'd always watch Pirates of the Caribbean. He's in the Tampa Bay area, so you have the Buccaneers. There's this pirate ship out in Clearwater that we'd watch go by and stuff like that, so everything about Tampa is very piratey, and he got me this. It was all blacked out from factory. We were going to import it to Sweden, and I was like, it's the Black Pearl. That's what it is, and that's where the name came from and all the livery stuff.
Sweet, good deal. Okay, for those people that may not know you, where can they find you?
They can find me on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook at Sara Haro Drift. So it's SARAHARO Drift.
All right, sweet, Sara. Thank you for your time. We look forward to watching out there shredded with everybody else. Guys, thanks for watching. Tune in. We're going to have some more interviews. Thank you.